The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
The disciples of John approached Jesus and said, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast much, but your disciples do not fast?" Jesus answered them, "Can the wedding guests mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast. No one patches an old cloak with a piece of unshrunken cloth, for its fullness pulls away from the cloth, and the tear gets worse. People do not put new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the skins burst, the wine spills out, and the skins are ruined. Rather, they pour new wine into fresh wineskins, and both are preserved." My dear friends, the Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
The presence of Jesus is a presence that truly affects. And take note, most of the time, the ordinary effect of the presence of Jesus touches the boundaries of human limitations. His presence will always trigger human emotions. His presence, most of the time, goes beyond human knowledge, human realities. And definitely, His presence will always create something new. This is exactly what happened in the Gospels for this entire week, my dear friends. Kung babalikan po natin yung mga kwento ng Ebanghelyo for this week, you will see the impact of His presence in our midst. First of all, last Monday, if you will see, the presence of Jesus overcame the doubt of a person, just like what happened to Thomas, the doubtful person. The presence of Jesus stopped the storm. His presence healed a paralytic person. His presence overcame this person possessed by a demon. And yesterday, mind you, the story of Saint Matthew, his presence even encouraged Matthew to join him and follow him. And today, we have heard the story about this wineskin. You know, truly, we are also reminded that as human as we are, we have this capacity to go beyond, to touch the boundaries of human limitation. We have this capacity to be more creative, to go beyond the ordinary. But then in today's gospel, my dear friends, we are reminded that we have to be careful when we do such thing. Yes, it is very, very encouragement. Okay? It's highly encouraged that we have to be creative. It is highly encouraged that we have to go beyond the limits. But we have to be mindful of the basic foundation of the divine presence. Tama naman maging creative tayo. Tama yun. Sabi ko nga po, highly encouraged that we have to be creative. We need to adapt. We need to do it. We have to go beyond. We need to transcend. But we have to be careful. We have to be mindful of the basic principles in life. We have to be mindful of the divine teachings. We have to be mindful of these things. Or else, sayang. Sayang in a sense that our going beyond may end up to be becoming sinners. You know, we heard from the first reading into today's Mass. Napakaganda po ng first reading. It talks about these twin brothers, Esau and Jacob. This is actually a very famous story in the Bible. Itong magkapatid na si Jacob at saka si Esau. And the story actually talks about malicious intent. The story about lying. The story about manipulation. The story about deception. It's not really a good story at first. Kung naalala niyo po ba yung first reading? Jacob and Esau. It came to the point that their father is Isaac is about to die. And at this time, kukuha na ng isang tagapagmana sa kanya. And Isaac, the father, actually intended for Esau to receive God's blessing. Unfortunately, we have this Jacob who manipulated with the help of his mother, Rebecca, manipulated the entire thing. Bulag po sa Isaac, yung kanilang tatay, bulag po. At nung hinahanap na ni Isaac si Esau, ang lumapit po ito si Jacob. Nagkunwari. Itong dalawang ito, magkaiba. Una pa lang, nung sila'y pinanganak, unang lumabas si Esau. Ibig sabihin, mas matanda si Esau. At nakakagulat, nung ipinanganak si Esau, itong si Jacob, nakahawak po sa binti ni Esau. Lumaki silang sabay. Si Esau, kakaiba, mabuhok. Mabuhok po siya. Lumaki din siyang extrovert, laging nasa labas. Hilig niya ang maghanap ng mga hayop. Kaya medyo may amoy po si Esau. Samantalang ito si Jacob, introvert, nasa loob lamang ng bahay. Skinny, makinis ang balat. Kaya naman kahit hindi nakikita na Isaac ang kanyang dalawang anak, alam niya kung sino si Esau na may amoy at mabuhok at itong si Jacob na skinny at makinis. Kaya nung lumalapit na si Jacob kay Isaac, chine-check na Isaac kung ito ba talaga si Esau. May ginawa itong si Jacob. Kinuha niya ang damit ni Esau nang sa gayon ito'y mangangamoy. At gumamit siya sa tulong ng kanyang ina mismong si Rebecca ng isang damit na mabuhok. In other words, it's all about going beyond. It's all about being creative. It's all about transcending. Unfortunately, losing or forgetting the basic principles. Unfortunately, forgetting or disregarding the truth. And if we do that, we will end up to be like Jacob. We end up to be sinning, manipulating, decepting someone. Again, as I have said, today's gospel for the entire week reminds us about the gift of transcendence of the presence of Jesus. Kapag may presensya ang Diyos, lahat posible. And we are also capable of going beyond our own limitations, our own weaknesses. We can be so creative. We can be so active. We can become a new person. But we have to be mindful of the basic foundation, the basic teachings of the church, the divine teachings, the truth, the divine truth. Or else, hindi po ito maging kaaya-aya sa Diyos.